Let's get to hear from the NNPC spokesperson. Undu Uhumadu joins us via telephone. Thank you so much indeed. Gladly, we've tried to reach you earlier, but thank goodness you're here now. You have heard from the sides that have spoken, DAPMAN, and of course from the public affairs analyst, Liboros Oshoma. What is your position concerning the supply of petroleum products, especially to independent marketers who depend on you for products?
Thank you very much, and good morning to Nigerians. Well, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, as we have stated severally, has a very robust supply of petroleum products, known as PMS. As I speak, we have a sufficiency of about 25 days, which means it can serve all the nooks and crannies of this country, and we have been distributing effectively and efficiently. As regards the issue you raised, the product marketers have two major sources of supply for their products. One, the NNPC depot, and two, through the depot tanker owners. These tank farms are located in Warri, Apapa, Lagos, and so on and so forth. With reference to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, marketers have been lifting products from the corporation through our various depots. And the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, under the leadership of Dr. Makati Baru, has refurbished several depots in these countries, depots that were idle and were not effective in the last 2 years. For example, the Kano depot is on, the Ibadan depot is on, among others. So marketers buy products from our depots as of today at NNPC's approved price. We have not raised the prices of S-depot prices they buy products from us, and we don't intend doing that in the nearest future.
Because the concern here is that since they have the infrastructure, according to DAPMAN, since they have the infrastructure that can, that's the outlets, as a matter of fact, that can supply petrol to buyers just about everywhere across the country. If you are still holding on to 3-4 weeks backlog of papers that were signed for supply, then how then do you solve that concern immediately now?
Sorry, I didn't get that question. The line is dropping.
DAPMAN says that you are still owing them supplies, and they have already put in their papers and payments have been made for supply of product to them, but those products have not gotten to them to this time. They say it usually takes about 3 to 5 weeks before you get that, they get that product from you. Why is it such a wide space before they get their product?
Well, the corporation has been trying its best, but I disagree. It does not take that long. Once we receive any request from DAPMAN members, we process the papers, and they do get the products accordingly. What really happens with the NNPC with reference to DAPMAN is that the corporation brings in products, imported products, which we supplement with domestic production. Because we don't have sufficient depots all over the country, we normally allow DAPMAN to hold some of this stock for us, and the necessary processes are usually done. However, the issue as of today is between the IPMAN members and DAPMAN. But as I said earlier, once it concerns the NNPC's depot, we have been dispensing products to independent marketers and other marketers involved.
Mr. Gamadu, if I may come in here, we just had the Executive Secretary of DAPMAN, he just left our studios, and he's talking about them having pro forma invoices with the NNPC that have not been met, and that the NNPC is unable to meet their daily demands. But you're just saying here now that that's not a problem. How can you please explain how this works out? If they are saying they have invoices with you that have not been met, and you're saying you have enough stock to meet every demand across the nooks and crannies of this country?
Let it be raised that NNPC is also a player in the market. NNPC, through its subsidiaries, the PPMC and NNPC retail also market products. DAPMAN members are also players in the market. They have the leverage to also bring in products as marketers into the country. They should not solely rely on NNPC 100% to be dispensing products to them. They have access to international markets. They also have access to locally produced products. So we do all we can to satisfy their demands, and we have been doing that.
Okay. Now that the government that has pegged the petroleum pump price at between 135 and 145, they are having issues because of exchange rate. They are not able to get foreign exchange at the official government rate. And according to them, if they bring in the product, their landing cost will be about 171 naira to a litre. That means they'll have to sell at 180 to 185 naira per litre. How would that work out if there's already a cap on the pricing? Would the NNPC or the regulator allow them to do that?
Well, the issue of landing cost is subject to interpretation and analysis of data. That is their opinion. But I am aware that the federal government, through the NNPC and with the cooperation of the central bank, has opened a special window for DAPMAN members, MOMAN members, and others to source for foreign exchange for the importation of products. And they are obliged to utilize that particular window.
But that doesn't meet the realities of the group DAPMAN, because they say that they are unable to access, even from the CBN at official rates, 305, the official rates for the Forex. So if you claim that they can still go ahead and do that, and they say that no, the CBN is not giving us this, we have this kind of situation to brew up all the time. Where do we go from here?
Well, that is an allegation. It is left to be proved. I don't speak for the Central Bank of Nigeria, I speak for the NNPC.
No, because they say the secretary, the executive secretary of DAPMAN was here with us in the studio, and he said that they're unable to get a Forex at the official rates from the CBN. And if you say that they should go ahead to even import, then the Nigerian people will suffer because this importation will never come through.
Yeah, nobody would like the Nigerian public to suffer. That is why the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation relentlessly has been making all efforts possible to ensure that the country is wet with products. Okay, we have been doing importation, we have been producing locally to ensure that the country has a robust supply of products.
Okay, Mr. Kamadu, please, what is the landing cost of the product for the NNPC?
Pardon?
What's the landing cost of petrol for the NNPC when the NNPC brings it in?
Yeah, it is left to the PPRA to decide on that.
Is the government still paying subsidy on petroleum products?
That's the agency responsible for calculating that.
Okay, thank you so much indeed. Undu Uhumadu is the NNPC spokesperson for talking to us on Sunrise Daily. Let's get back to you, Liboris. What do you make of all... Okay, I'm told that we have to go on break again. Sunrise will be back. Join us again.